Welcome back everyone to episode 20 of our Birmingham City Career Mode. Today's episode is a big one. It's a transfer special. We're heading into the January transfer window and there's no better time to strengthen our squad as we look to push for promotion. There's still a lot of work to be done on the transfer front and on the pitch. But that's not all. We've also got a couple of games, one against Luton Town, who are in the playoffs, and one against Swansea City, who are mid-table but still looking to push on. Two really crucial games that could help us solidify our place at the top of the table. And let's jump right into it. So first things first, it's the first day of the transfer window and boy have we received some bids. Anderson, Leonard, Longello, Dean and Clark all on the receiving ends of bids. I'm going to talk you through them. Anderson, first up, I'm happy to let go. He was someone that we offered a contract to last season, but he hasn't really got anywhere near the side this season. I know we'd be selling him to rivals, but I'm happy to let him go. Leonard is someone that I'm less happy to let go. Brighton want to loan to buy him. I don't think he'd get game time in the Premier League just yet, and he's only 24 years old, so I'm going to go ahead and reject this offer. Now, Longello is someone that I would love to see succeed at this club, but he's not getting any game time at the minute. He's 25 years old. Cochrane is well ahead of him in rating and in stature at the club. And Cardiff coming in and offering 1.25 million is a decent offer, so I'm going to go ahead and accept it. Now, Freddie Dean is a product of our youth academy, and I agree he definitely does need a loan move, but we are not selling him. He has a very high potential. I think he's got a potential of like 85, 86. And I think, to be fair, some time away on loan at Cambridge could be ideal. So I'm going to delegate this as just a simple loan, not a loan to buy. Happy to pay for all his wages, and hopefully he gets some decent game time in League Two, because I believe Cambridge may have been relegated. If not, he'll be playing in League One, which either way, it's a good enough stat for him. And then we've got this man, Jackson Clark, again, another product of our youth academy, another player with very, very high potential. We definitely will not be selling him. Watford are in a relegation fight in the Championship. So what I'm tempted to do is say delegate as a 2-year loan. That way, if Watford go down, he still gets game time in League One. And if Watford stay up, he still gets game time in the Championship. So that's going to be the plan, but definitely not selling him. On the other foot, then, people that we can bring into the club. Now, I've seen some amazing recommendations from all of you, either in the comments below or on Facebook, and I've been scouting a few players myself. As you can see, Doyle, Sainz and Justin, we've been having a look at. Doyle is unfortunately on loan at Sampdoria, but Sainz and Justin are two players that we could look to bring in, and I'd love to know your guys' thoughts on that. But following on from that, we've had a few suggestions. So as you can see, Kuenda, Poku, Trafford, Diamande, Amas and Archie Gray. Amas he's left Manchester United. He has gone to Sevilla. And unfortunately, I don't think we'll be able to buy him this season. And Archie Gray, if I scroll down to Archie Gray very quickly, you can see he's actually out on loan at Lille. So we won't be able to bring him in. Kaminsky is another player as well that has been suggested down below. It seems like after last episode, a lot of people wanted to get rid of Peacock Farrell, or at the very least replace Peacock Farrell with a keeper of better quality or better potential. So Kaminsky is in there, and so is Trafford, and I'm sure there will probably be some other suggestions by the time that I've finished recording this episode. But these are the people we're scouting. We're going to fast forward ahead of time, hopefully find out their overalls, hopefully maybe sell some players, because we do have to sell to buy, and fingers crossed we can improve this Birmingham City team. Well, that is a signing out of the club that I didn't expect. It's Elliot Lee. He's gone for 1.4 million, which is way above what we were expecting to get for him. Best possible deal could have been 1.5. He wasn't getting any game time. He wanted to play football. He's left the club. Now, here's a strange one. Everton have come in with an offer for Hansen, 2.1 million. I'm considering it because Hansen isn't getting into the squad. He's 27 years old. He's in his prime. He should be playing football. And he's just not good enough for our squad. He's also sort of earned a reputation as kind of being a bit of a problem in terms of he makes mistakes in games and he's not strong enough to hold on to the ball. So could definitely be an offer that we look to accept. I might negotiate with them and see if we can either get a little bit more money or see if we can get a player from Everton to come into Birmingham so we can improve the club. Another player leaves the club, Longello, a player that as I say, I wanted to succeed here, but unfortunately wasn't getting the game time. Cardiff came in with a 1.25 mil offer for him, and I wish him all the best, genuinely. I really do hope that he goes on to have a successful career in Wales. But Longello does leave the club. Well, we tried to push for more money from Everton. They rejected our offer of 3 million. But now Burnley have come in with an offer of 2.1, which is exactly what Everton were offering us. And again, I'm going to negotiate it. Hansen, I assume, will be leaving the club this window, but I'm going to try and get as much money as possible. As you can see, Sheffield United have signed Anderson from Birmingham City. The 30-year-old player will join the club for a fee of 1 million. Again, a player that we gave a contract to last season thinking he would play. He hasn't got anywhere near the squad this season, and wish him all the best in his new club. Norwich have come in with an offer for Alfie May. He's 32 years old and he was an absolute baller for us last season, but Stansfield has outshone him this year, and it's a definitely an offer that I'm considering. I'm going to look at their squad, see if we can maybe do a player exchange. If not, then I'm going to try and get a little bit more money for him. You can see below, Hull rejected a 1.6 million counter offer. Maybe we can squeeze a little bit more money out of Norwich. But Alfie May could be on his way out of the club. And there he goes, an absolute legend of this football club. Alfie May leaves for 1.35 million. We did have a look at seeing if we could swap any players. There was no decent players to swap. We pushed Norwich to the absolute edge to get as much money as possible. You can see there the best possible deal was 1.4 million. We got essentially 1.4 million. A shame to see him go. I know that he wasn't at the football club for very long, but he did the business for us last season. He wanted to play football. I wish him all the best in his relegation fight in the Premier League with Norwich City, and fingers crossed they stay up so we can play against him next year, because it's a hell of a move for a hell of a player, and a shame to see him go, but a move that needed to happen, I think. Another departure, this time it's Hansen. He goes to Burnley for 2.15 million. Again, a player that hasn't really got near the squad this season. He was a bit of a rotation player last season. He hasn't made the step up to the Championship, and wish him all the best in his new team in Burnley. Jackson Clark to Watford. Here we go. He signed a 2-year loan deal out to the fellow Championship side, though they are in a relegation dogfight. If he manages to become a hero at Watford and keep them up, then that's fantastic. Hopefully they'll continue to play him in the Championship next season. If it looks like he's not getting game time, we can always recall him. And if Watford get relegated, then he gets good League One experience anyway. So a good deal all round for all parties. And again, we do have that option to recall him if need be. Freddie Dean does get his loan to Varnamo just for the 6 months to see out the rest of the season. Hopefully he grabs some goals whilst out on loan. Here we go then. Kwame Poku joins the club from Peterborough. He was a player that we looked at last season, I believe. He's been linked with the club in real life. We get him for 2.9 million. He's a 72 overall. Will jump straight into the squad and could be a key player for the season to come. All right, enough of the transfer talk. Let's put our new signings and the rest of the squad to the test as we play Swansea at Swansea. Swansea were the first team that we ever lost to in this series. I think it was a cup game, like maybe episode 1 or 2, and they beat us in the cup. They were a Championship team doing quite well at the time. We were a lowly League One side, and oh, how the turntables. This is the starting lineup for this league match against Swansea. It's Peacock Farrell in goal. Yes, he's still here. He also leads the league in clean sheets, might I add. So maybe for all of those who wanted to get rid of him, maybe just rethink that. A back four of Cochrane, Clara, Hilgers and Lewis. A midfield three of Bellingham, Ho and Iwata. And then a front three of Ogbene, Stansfield and new boy Poku. Let's go and grab 3 points against this tough Swansea side. Well, I've just been told that this is my 100th game in charge of Birmingham. So with any luck, not only is it a celebratory mood for being in charge for 100 games, but it's also a celebratory mood because we get 3 points. Let's go and win this match. Here's Poku. Oh, fantastic feet from the new man. Can he find anyone? Looking for Stansfield defenders there. Poku 7 shirts, I think, are going to sell out, by the way. He has got Hansen's number. And with any luck, he does very, very well for us. Jamal Lewis making an attacking run. What can he do? Can he swing it in? Tries that chip ball. Nothing doing. Here's Poku again, beating his man. Definitely has the beating of him. Can he find Stansfield? Does. Shot, save, and cleared away. We can look to break with Poku. He does feel dangerous. Swansea look like they're scared of him. He just needs a little bit of support. No one really moving for him at the minute. Ho's going to shoot from the edge of the box. That's blocked. The keeper did dive for it. Instead, it falls to Ogbene, who gets a shot away. And that's pushed past the post. First corner of the game, 20 minutes in, and we're well on top here. We need to capitalise. Ho to swing it in. Can he find the big man Bellingham? Leaping for the header, Bellingham, but it's not a good header, and that's going to be a goal kick. They have been playing the ball really well, Swansea, in the middle of the park. They've definitely been playing it better than our midfield. It's just been their ability in the final third that stopped them from scoring, really. As you can see, they managed to keep the ball here, though. 9 spins his man. Peacock Farrell forced into action for the first time this game. Usually our defence has been able to stop it before the shot comes off. But this time Peacock Farrell sticks out a big, strong wrist and palms it out for the corner, which they take short and then try to spin their men, which they've done quite well. They've created gaps, and again Peacock Farrell called into action. But again, Peacock Farrell is equal to it. We could look to break here. It's Bellingham. He sees a big switch on to Ogbene. But Ogbene can't bring that down. Half-time 0-0. Both teams with chances. Swansea more towards the end of the half. Us towards the start of the half. But goals needed in the second half. In the words of Michael Owen, you win a game by scoring more goals. No changes at the break then. 0-0 as we kick off for this second half. Swansea a little bit dangerous. Have played the ball well in midfield, but at the attacking end, they haven't been great. Poku tries to ping that ball over to Stansfield. He looked offside. He is offside. And they've done that well all day as well. A quadruple change then for Birmingham. Stansfield comes off for Arconte. Clara comes off for Bielik. Lewis comes off for Laird. And Parra comes on the right wing for Ogbene. Hopefully those changes will make a difference in this game, and we can go and grab a goal and grab 3 points. As remember, if results elsewhere don't go our way, Ipswich might have a better goal difference than us and could be ahead of us. Swansea with a good chance here, though, but luckily Cochrane knows how to defend and then plays that ball out to Poku, who does really have the pace to counter and is going to attempt it, I think. I can see Parra making a run, back stick, wins the header, big save from the Swansea keeper, we get a corner. End-to-end stuff here at the Swansea City Stadium. Going to let Parra put this one into the mixer. Aiming for Bellingham. Doesn't win the header, and then it's cleared against Poku out for a goal kick. Wasteful. And it's Sung versus Hilgers. And he's played that really well, Sung. And he's squared it. And again, Peacock Farrell is there to make the save. Fantastic. And Cochrane stands strong. All of you doubters, I think Peacock Farrell has had the game of his life. That's a fantastic ball through from Poku, but Arconte can't bring it under control. I need some support. Arconte running away from me. Who is that running through the middle? It's Hilgers running through the middle. Can't win the header. Ref, surely that's a pen. He's dragged him down. He knows he's messed up and he's dragged him down. Parra gives it away, and I think Swansea and the referee's bottled that there. 100% the referee has bottled that there. Cochrane in the middle of the park fighting for it. He's out of position. I think the Birmingham City players are frustrated with the ref there. We might have one last chance. We don't. It's a boring 0-0, but it wasn't boring, that's the thing. It was just a really, really hard game. I feel as though we should have had a penalty at the end. The defender messed up. We know he messed up. He looked like he grabbed Arconte and pulled him down, but unfortunately the ref said no. And we drop points again without a win in 3 now, as we play essentially promotion rivals in Luton next. Will Nicholas finally gets his loan move. He goes on loan for 2 years to Doncaster. Again, really high potential player despite being a low rating at the minute. But hopefully that means that he'll continue to improve, and by the time we're in the Premier League, he'll be a main starter. Antiste is somebody that one of you guys told me to have a look at. He does look good. He's 23 years old. He's 6 foot tall. He's a striker. We need goals at the minute, and this could be the man for us. Nothing against Stansfield, but Antiste does look like a baller. Could we approach him soon? Watch this space. Well, some of you might get your wish. Bailey Peacock-Farrell is subject to a £3.2 million bid from Eintracht Frankfurt. He's had conversations with me. He's told me he wants to go. The board reckon we can get at least 4.3 million for him. I just don't know who we'd replace him with. I know some of you guys left suggestions, but Trafford is 15 mil. Kaminsky is a lower overall than what Peacock-Farrell is. And it's just such a difficult offer to accept. But you can't go against what your player wants. He said he wants to leave. He wants to try out Eintracht Frankfurt. Can we push him for more money? Who knows? So next up then is Luton Town. Another big challenge as we aim to cement our place near the top of the table, if not at the top of the table. Luton will be tough competition. They are in playoff positions. They have just made a £5 million signing for a player called Juve. So yeah, all the pressure on this game, and here's the starting lineup to face Luton at St Andrews. It's Peacock-Farrell in goal. He remains at the club despite agreeing terms with Eintracht Frankfurt. A back four of Cochrane, Sanderson, Hilgers and Lewis. A midfield three of Bellingham, Ho and Leonard. And then a front three of Ogbene, Poku, who is a little bit tired. And then Taylor up front. We haven't seen Taylor in a while, but the last time we played Taylor against his old club, I think he bagged a hat-trick. And we need goals, so I'm willing to try anything. Let's jump into it. Let's hopefully grab 3 points. And let's hopefully end this episode where we started it at the top of the league. All right, Luton get the kickoff then. Not going to be an easy one, that's for sure. If Swansea wasn't an easy one, I'm fairly confident this one won't be either. Oh, that's a fantastic cut in from their new man, Juve, as well. It's Juve up against Lewis. He's a very tall man, Juve, for a winger. And Lewis stands him up well, plays that ball down to Ogbene. Could we look to counter here? It's going to be Nakamba versus Ogbene. Ogbene did used to play for Luton as well, right? I do believe, so should know how to beat them. Lays that back. It's Taylor! It's a big save from Tim Krul in goal. Tim Krul keeping it cool. Former Norwich City man. We get a corner early on, 9 minutes in. We're going to let Cochrane swing one into the mixer. And we're hopefully going to get Sanderson to win this header. He doesn't. Ho, edge of the box, bounces off his head and he gives it away. It's kind of end-to-end down this left wing at the minute. And I think we might need to try and change it up and get Poku involved in the game. Here is Ogbene. Lays it off. And there's Taylor. Well, I said he loves to score against his former club. He did actually message me during this transfer window saying he needs more games or he's going to look to leave. We've put him in the starting lineup against his former club in a big match. It's a fantastic breakaway. Ogbene uses his pace to beat both of his men, and Taylor doesn't miss from there. Krul not fast enough at this stage of his career. Taylor slots it past him and wheels away to celebrate against his former club with the Birmingham faithful. And after, 15 minutes? It's Birmingham 1, Luton 0. He's trying to cut down this wing every time. Oh, and Jamal Lewis has missed his tackle there. He did go for the ball, definitely went for the ball. Two players who used to play for Norwich together seems to be cropping up every time now. Jamal Lewis does receive a yellow card. He was definitely going for the ball there, thought he could snatch it. Jamal Lewis just got his toe to it. And, Jamal Lewis just got his toe to Carlton Morris, should I say. And Luton with a chance here. It's Adebayo to take a shot on goal. And that does not trouble Peacock Farrell. Taylor in the box. Taylor, big save from Krul. And the spin on it takes it out for a corner. Leonard playing with a point to prove. We're going to let Ogbene jump for this one, are we? He does win the header, but it's not a good one. 25 minutes gone, still 1-0. Big win there from Ho. Taylor is in. Can he make it 2-0? Taylor does. I said it before the game. He loves to score against his old club. A big, big challenge from Ho. I mean, Luton Town player maybe should have saw it coming. He slid in from so far away. And then the moment Ogbene picked it up, Taylor was on his bike and he slots it home to make it Birmingham 2, Luton 0. Huge for our season.
Well, just listen to these fans. They believe a goal is coming here.
Big, great play. Taylor, unselfish, 3-0. Oh, that was fantastic. I was focusing so much that I barely commentated it. It's absolute tiki-taka stuff. It's fantastic. It starts at the back. We play it out wide. One more ball through to Taylor, who first time passes it over. He sees the man. And, Luton, you can't stop that. We turned into prime Barcelona there just on the stroke of half-time. Birmingham City 3, Luton 0. There is the half-time whistle. A very good half for Birmingham, considering how hard we found it, and we've come into this game, not in a good run of form. That's a very, very good half. 3-0 at the break, and hopefully smooth sailing from here. Do not let this slip now, lads.
The other two teams have switched around, and the second half is underway.
I'm going to try that Route 1 football straight away. See what Taylor can do with it, because everything he touches turns to gold at the minute. There's a bit of a mess up in the box, and it fell to Taylor, who got the shot away, and we've won the corner. Ho to swing it in. Going to try and let the little man jump for it. He's been locked off of it. That's been cleared away. Luton with the chance to counter then. Carlton Morris taking on Hilgers. Tries to cut inside. Leonard doesn't track his man. Seemed to switch off. Luton have been gifted a lifeline in this game. Leonard just switched off. And I think that's going to trigger substitution o'clock for us. As you can see, Leonard just backed off his man, then realised, oh, that's meant to be the man I'm tracking. Peacock Farrell maybe should have done better, but it's a hard shot. Let's make some substitutions. A few subs for us then. We've got Greaves, who's a youth player, comes on at right back for Jamal Lewis. Bielik comes on for Hilgers. And we've also brought on Iwata for Ho and moved Leonard forward into centre mid. Here's Greaves' first touch as a senior player in the Birmingham City squad. He's very quick. He did score a lot of goals in the youth games, and he's actually going to try and score one now. Doesn't mind sticking his foot in, but Luton clear the ball away. Well, Luton have not played as well as they should have or could have today. But one man has absolutely ripped them apart, and it's that man Taylor. Here's Greaves taking on his man, somehow coming out with the ball. It's not pretty what he does, but it works, and he wins us a corner. I am tempted to take Taylor off, but I do want him to get a hat-trick, so I don't think he's going to get one from a corner, though. But someone who might grab a goal is Bielik, if that corner was any good. Taylor beats his man. Oh, and the ref gives a foul.
Oh, this looks useful.
Luton with a chance. Good ball through. Morris, big save. Peacock Farrell. And again, Peacock Farrell. A great double save. Well, if this is his last game for us, he's done a decent job. He's made some crucial saves in today's match. And it's definitely kept the scoreline at 3-1. And whilst we have had an easy time of scoring goals this game, Peacock Farrell has been absolutely instrumental in us not conceding goals this game. Leonard, fantastic. Good ball over. Taylor is in for his hat-trick and Krul denies him. Cochrane's caught out here. Sanderson, that's a good ball through. It's going to be Adebayo. It's a big save again. Peacock Farrell comes off his shin, I think, and Cochrane's been sent for a hot dog. Here's Sanderson. He gets his foot in. He shores it up. What we need to do really is try and get Taylor his hat-trick. Ogbene skips past his man. Can we find Taylor in the middle? He's marked heavily. Oh, and it's blocked. He really does deserve his hat-trick today. But to be fair to Luton, they have stopped that from happening really well. We do get the 3 points after a 3-1 win at home. And it's a big result. Let's look at how that leaves the league table. Well, as you can see, we do end the episode still top of the league. 29 games played, 67 points. Ipswich do have a game in hand, so if they win that, they go up to 65 points and remain just the 2 points behind us. So they would have dropped points at some point this episode. Nottingham Forest also trying to make a meal of things by coming in and snatching that second place spot away from Ipswich for the time being. They've played 29 games and they're on 64 points. So yeah, boiling down to it, it's going to be a really tough end of the season, and we still have the rest of January to go in the next episode. Let's have a look at where you'll be joining me next. So after much deliberation, then we're going to be showing you Preston and Middlesbrough in tomorrow's episode. We'll also have the final week of the transfer window, so make sure you get your suggestions in. It's been a hell of an episode. We've brought in some new players, we've picked up some points, and I feel as though this squad is getting stronger. Please do let me know down below any more recommended signings for that final week. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new here. We'll be uploading as much as we possibly can. Drop your comment on what your thoughts are on our new players, who you'd like to see on the radar in the future, and let's keep this journey going strong. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.